I already did a playthrough of Duke 3D on this channel a while ago. My opinions of it were harsh, and probably due to the fact that I was playing a version that is known for being an awful port. I believe Civ11 calls it the Cursed Randy version. A lot of people call it that, to be honest. I've also heard it called the Greasy port for similar reasons. Also the fact that I was having to use a controller. Having replayed the whole original, stock campaign in Duke GDX, I now understand why people clowned on me for hating that. Yeah, Duke Nukem rocks. Absolutely rocks. I've also been playing the side-scrollers, and god damn they fuck. But you see, I'm not talking about regular Duke 3D today. Nah, that's a game that's had more videos than can be made about it on the steaming shit pile of a platform. No, I'm talking about Duke Caribbean Life's a Beach today. I'm making this video way, way ahead of time, to release near the summer. Hopefully I succeed and you're not watching this near Halloween or something. Knowing my track record, I have to clarify this. I also want to go ahead and say that I wrote the script in February, and that I am recording it in April, so quite a bit ahead. Be proud of me. Doing this about all of my seasonal/holiday videos. So, Duke 3D had several official add-ons made back in the day. Most suck ass. Like a lot, they really suck. If I ever have to play the DC expansion again, I'll personally gouge my own eyes out on live national television. That shit is government torture, literally. I am pretty sure that Duke It Out in DC might have been the successor to the Polybius program. Honest to God, it is straight up something I guarantee you they have a copy in Guantanamo. Only one turned out good, and unsurprisingly it was Sunstorm who pulled it off. They also made Cryptic Passage for Blood, and Wanton Destruction for Shadow Warrior, both of which I'm going to cover at some point. Cryptic Passage I have on the schedule for sometime later this year, after this video though. Hopefully I will end up making that. If not, this will be yet another, oh, I'm making this, and then, 3 years later I'm just getting around to making it. Cross your fingers for me, please. Anyways, it's absolutely great. They went all out on this shit. New sprites, new voice lines, new music. They did a fucking Hawaii 5.0 style of version of Grab Bag for it, for Christ's sakes. And guess what? If future video editor me has remembered what she's supposed to be doing, you've probably been listening to it this whole time. But me remembering what I'm supposed to be doing is a big ask, so you might not have been.
Time to crash this party.
First level starts with a water pistol, and you get a shotgun that is literally a super soaker. Well, a legally distinct super soakum, quote unquote, but still, same thing. Shout out to Lonnie Johnson for inventing the super soaker. Cool dude, and I'm sure he'd love this if he saw it. He probably has seen it, to be honest. So, the story is that Duke is on vacation, and then aliens come to kidnap him again. The opening beach is just great. It's a pretty good microcosm of the entire expansion. I cannot stress enough that this is the only high-effort expansion that Duke 3D ever had. The rest are basically just level packs. There's NPCs. They do nothing but walk around and spout random dialogue, but hey, that's on par with most of Skyrim's NPCs and basically everything Bethesda's released for longer than I've been alive. Who knew Sunstorm was so ahead of their time doing Bethesda before Bethesda?
Time to crash this party.
Hey, watch where you point that thing. How do you like my tan line? How do you like my tan line? Hey, watch where you point that thing. How do you like my tan line? Hey, watch where you point that. How do you like that? How do you like my tan line? How do you like my tan line?
Sorry, got distracted by the, personalities, we'll say, on the beach. Back to the story, I guess. They succeed at the end of the level by luring Duke into a hot tub with a hot girl in it, which, they trap him there, which, yeah, that'd work on him. it'd probably work on me too. The health is bananas, the armor is sunscreen, the pig cops, excuse me, I don't know why I said pig twice, pigs are in Hawaiian shirts. These inflatables that shoot coconuts at you are sort of annoying, but they're, like, cute enough that I can tolerate them, and also, right before I recorded the script, I haven't even written it in, I found out that they overrode the enforcers in the code to put them in, because before Atomic Edition, where they wrote in the functionality to add new enemies entirely. So, hey, we ain't gotta deal with those fucking machine gun hit scanning bastards this time, eh? Eh? Plus, one water shotgun blast does those inflatables in, so they're easy enough. The low tier aliens are wearing these Miami Vice looking suits. Oh, and the keys are credit cards. The amount of unique sprites and textures is astounding. It really gives this some charm that outshines any flaws that it has. Oh, show the clip from the first level with the woman shaking her boobs. That shit is so aggressively Duke Nukem. Sunstorm fully understands what Duke is and leverages it with the summer theme to create something that's, like, unique in its own thing, but, like, feels like a part of original Duke 3D in all regards. Also, I just sort of want an excuse to do that after having had to censor so much out of the Duke Penthouse episode. So, even though I already talked about the first level's ending, I'm not really done talking about it. The firefights with pigs in these tight corridors, the assault commanders, the layouts with the vents allowing you to tackle it from basically any angle, really good shit. Putting the key outside and requiring you to find something that is basically a secret is a bit bullshit, but I got lucky and stumbled onto it immediately, so I can't really be too mad about it. You even get a shootout in a strip club with a rotating floor, and somehow it's fun rather than frustrating.
It's time to limbo.
You go downstairs and encounter the floating octopus things for the first time in this episode, and they have these adorable sunglasses that cover their third eye. I still hate the noises they make, though, and hate their attacks. That's the one thing I still maintain from that old Duke 3D playthrough I did on the channel. These things suck. They're just fast enough to be near unavoidable, but, like, they're still projectiles, so you feel cheated when you can't dodge them. The glasses make up for it, though. That shit's cute. The weird thing to get the red key is bullshit, though. If you miss it early on, you gotta wait for a fucking eternity for it to rotate back around. And it's painful. So, next level opens in a prison cell. I'd ask why they didn't disarm Duke, but it doesn't really matter since as soon as you look out the window, a bus comes crashing in. Why? No clue. They got a Duke 3D ad on the side, so, like, it might have been that the driver was a fan, but that's the best I've got. Don't question it. This level is pure close quarters fighting, and most of it was good. Those inflatable rocket fuckers from earlier are really annoying here because of the close ranges, but otherwise, this shit is great. It's gold. It's Kino. I don't know how the entire level is, though, because I stumbled into the secret exit by pure accident while looking for more secret switches inside of the food container things. The secret level lives up to the reputation of secret levels in older games. What reputation? Of being unfair ballbusters, obviously. You are immediately confronted with two pigs, no cover, no way to avoid their attacks. You cannot avoid damage here. Sort of bullshit, but it's fine. This casino level is otherwise really good. The security room showing every room so that you can begin planning is really cool, as is the connected water thing for the red key. Now, I know the security room thing is, like, that's sort of normal for Duke 3D, but still, it's done really well here. You'd think that the pigs being used more than the regular alien troopers would be a problem, but it actually works pretty well here. Duke singing Born to Be Wild is pretty funny. It got a chuckle out of me. I know it's from the base game, but it fits so well here. I don't know how John St. John captured the exact vibe of that one drunk uncle who tries to start karaoke at Thanksgiving every year while wasted on that flask of tequila that he keeps in his worn-out blazer's pocket. But he did, and I'm sure as shit glad that he did it. The only way it could have been better if he was singing, like, a line from Margaritaville instead of Born to Be Wild. Not a super big fan of the hidden switch to find the blue key. Hiding essential keys like their secrets from a normal Duke 3D level is a recurring problem throughout this, but a minor one. You'll stumble onto them eventually, probably. It just sometimes gets frustrating while you do the stumbling. And also, there's barely any, like, straight walkthroughs of this where it's an expansion rather than the main levels, so, you know, if you want to look up where it is, you can't. You gotta, like, watch a whole video and wait for them to bother getting to the part where the key is. The coolest part of the level is the restaurant area, though. This is classic Duke 3D level design, just realistic enough to feel like a sort of real place, but cartoony and built to be an arena first and foremost. More modern games could learn from the priorities the level designers had in a lot of these older shooters, and not just FPS games. It also has the only misaligned texture that I've found so far, and that might just be a build GDX thing. I did have to use some unofficial converting tools to get this into a playable state, so there could be small errors like that caused by that too. The cute little boat to the end of the level is just adorable, and I fucking love it. I just want to say that as just a little aside. Back to the regular levels. Mr. Splashies starts on that same boat. The artwork of the pig chasing the frog thing, is that Mr. Splashy? Is quite endearing. I don't like Mr. Splashy, though. He looks like the opposite of someone I'd leave my kids alone with, especially with the stripper on the water ride. Why does the ride for kids have a fucking stripper? After having to run through fire into an area that didn't look accessible, not cool Sunstorm, we finally get some classic build engine explosions. Haven't seen one of those in like a whole level. Afterwards, you get another key where you damn near need precognition to find it, but it is preceded by some really cool shootouts in these tight spaces, so I'll give it yet another pass on that. The section on the ride you have to unlock with the yellow key, that can eat shit though. It sucks. There's no redeemable qualities. It sucks. I fucking hate it. Glad that it is short if you know where everything is though. The red key door can also suck a dick, but at least that one is just hard rather than outright badly designed. The wave pool section after is pretty damn cool though, and sort of makes up for it. Okay, so sort of off topic, but seeing the impregnated women behind this wall that you have to get shrunk down to enter reminded me, we all agree that like most horror movies are just thinly veiled fetish material, right? Like, I'm not even saying it derogatorily, there's just not a single horror movie I can think of that some kink or fetish community hasn't latched onto as like their founding piece of media, or like at the very least being like super prevalent or relevant to them. It makes sense. A lot of fetish and kink stuff seems horrifying to people who aren't into it. So if you are, and it is the pre-internet age, how do you make stuff without being socially ostracized? You dress it up as horror and you sell it to a movie studio. This totally doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I write fetish and kink stuff on a DeviantArt account that I do not advertise here, nor will I name here. Everything on it's written to double as horror short stories. Totally nothing to do with that. Scroll moment over. Now, where was I? Oh, right. This spot where you gotta choose a path. It takes you to the end of the level. I picked the right path both times I tried. I don't know if one of the remaining two does anything sadistic. It probably does, knowing how this level goes. The cute boat's back, though. The Wave Mistress. I said that weird because I have a lisp and I had to say it slowly for it to even sound remotely like what it's supposed to. And yes, that is the name of this level. Starts out with Duke singing again. I'm starting to think that wasn't a joke. and that Duke is the drunk uncle who tries to sing Margaritaville at Thanksgiving. The boat is lifted up to the deck of a cruise ship, and you're immediately bamboozled by a really weird encounter. These seagulls are a bitch to hit even with mouse aim. No clue how you do this keyboard only back in the day. I guess the auto aim maybe? Oh, and more of the boob shaking ladies, because of course we gotta have some like, what is it, 10 frames a second jiggling boobies? Jiggling digital sprite boobies, because of course we do. The downstairs cargo area, with the seizure-inducing lights, that can just fuck all the way off. Was really happy so far with how there were barely any sentry drones in this episode. But nope, fucking nope, can't escape these fuckers. I hope whoever designed the sentry drones wakes up with a Lego in their shoe for the rest of their life. Genuinely, honestly, they get their own circle of hell, and whoever designed this specific section of this level, whoever it was, they go there too. Anyways, you fight down into the bowels of the ship to flip some switches and steal a blue credit card. Who puts their credit card behind a 5-switch lock that doesn't even require a specific order to the switches, or a key, or any level of security at all? Seriously, what kind of freak does that? And the assault commander spawns afterwards. Those are fucking dickish. The shootout on the back of the ship is pretty cool, and killing the drones up in the room above will make your life easier later. Now, you gotta head down and get the red key. Lots of underwater shit and weird platforming that I was too dumb to figure out, so I just brute forced my way through. No final fight, you just put the 2 keys in and you're done. So, this script and playthrough was started at like 2 a.m. Past me, the one who was playing and writing this, is taking a nap. Here will be an intermission for me to shill for a bit. Hi, my name's Venus Evelyn. I have a Patreon and a Redbubble. I'm living in a state that just effectively criminalized being gender nonconforming or queer in public in any way. If you've got the money, I'd appreciate it. I want to get the hell out of here. If you don't have the spare cash, like and subscribe so maybe I can get monetization here on YouTube eventually. Every little bit counts. Back to the video. I don't want to beg too much. I always feel guilty when I even mention that I have these, but with my current situation, I really don't have a choice but to mention it. Thank you, state legislator and governor. Very cool. Hi, so, we're back, doing this again. Past me was anyways. We're on Lost Lagoon now. The opening is pretty but boring. Really needed some enemies near the beginning. I decided to test if Sir Isaac Newton still didn't play around. He doesn't. Wouldn't recommend. This level has like a fully scripted set piece in it with this helicopter taking off, which is rare to see outside of the beginning of levels. It is then followed by the great-grandpappy of the Metal Gear Solid 3 ladder, except this time it's in elevator form.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
I rode the elevator too early after accidentally skipping a section, leading to me having to ride it 3 fucking times. Except not actually, because I thought I'd went up too early. No, you're supposed to go inside this area that looks impossible to get into and read a hint so you know to blow up a pillar that has a credit card inside of it. How the fuck do you get a credit card inside of a pillar? This is followed by a bullshit room with a really weird, misleading puzzle. You'd think the safe space would be under the indented part of the ceiling, right? Nope. You hide on the edges with the fire damaging you? Nope. You either let yourself get crushed enough to fit through, or activate 2 plaques to open a secret hole in the wall. How the fuck is anyone supposed to guess either of those? You have to, by chance, revisit where you saw that message telling you to blow up the pillar to find the way forward. Several of those infuriating inflatable idiots are there. Seeing the plane from those intermission screens is pretty cool, though. The ending feels a bit meh, yet again. The quality does drop after those first few levels, but I'd like to stress real quick that none of these are truly bad. I had fun playing them, they just start to have some flaws after like those first 3 really good ones.
Most interesting.
Voodoo Caves is up next, and it starts surprisingly tame. Even gives me some shotgun ammo, something I've been sorely missing for all of the last level. I hate this level though. Not really, but I still don't like it. The layout hurts my brain. The only redeemable part is that the combat encounters are great, which makes this sort of mediocre overall. Like, even the worst this expansion has isn't really bad, just middling. I had to restart the level because I broke the switch puzzle after not noticing the upper switches. I guess that means it's pretty badly designed if you can irreparably break it. Yeah, the ambitious scripting present in these levels sometimes breaks. That's the double-edged sword of that, and why most build engine games of this era didn't even attempt it, and why, even the team working on Duke 3D didn't attempt stuff like that till after the Atomic Edition came out with additional scripting features. The switch puzzle inside the ship is annoying. Why put a yellow key instead of just having the combination open the yellow key door? That just pisses me off. That level just pisses me off. The charm of the summer theme stuff just barely salvages Voodoo Caves. Thankfully, it's second to last, and the last one is sort of better. Not by much, though. More frustrating switch puzzles that spawn enemies if you fuck it up. And not just any enemies, but those fucking inflatable bastards who can kill you within the blink of an eye. And all of this just for a retextured Cycloid Emperor. Ignore me getting killed because I was too busy ogling the pixelated boobs. I was just role-playing as Duke. Staying in character, you know? The ending slide, it hits like a sack of bricks, though.
I'm feeling a lot of love here. Hey, this vacation is looking up. Hot tub, hot babes, I am home.
Yeah, we all know how that vacation turned out, don't we? So, is this expansion worth the hassle of buying and converting it to a .grp file to use with a source port? I'd say so. The last two levels are soul-draining mazes with shitty puzzles, but the rest is solid. Most of the other levels are as high or of higher quality than the ones in the Shareware episode of Duke 3D's main single-player campaign. Certainly a good pick for celebrating the arrival of summer, which is why I recorded this footage and wrote this script. Oh, I was incorrect earlier. It was in March, not February. Because that makes sense, obviously. Until next time.